as you all know, today we have Dr. Neil Russell with us, who's going to be talking on Ayurveda. And I know a lot of us want to go into alternate medicines now, and try out new therapies, new things. And for many people, this has really been very helpful. And a full treatment really rejuvenates us totally and eradicates the problems, from the base as such. So, in fact, Ayurveda, as you all know, is not just about nutrition or herbology. It has a unique tool for diagnosis. Diagnosis of understanding the human constitution is quite different and varies from person to person, because each one has a very unique metabolic system. Ayurveda means knowledge of life, and it is perceived as one of the most ancient and well-documented systems of medicine. It's been based on the belief that health and wellness depend on a delicate balance between the mind, body, and spirit. And its main goal has been to promote good health and not just fight the disease. So for this, we are extremely pleased to have Jiva Ayurveda as partners with us for this very special Ayurvedic session. And Dr. Neil, welcome, and thank you for being on this show. So all of you, though he has been on this platform with us earlier also, but a pleasure to have you again. But those of you who do not know him very well, so just to tell you a bit more about Dr. Neil Russell. So Dr. Neil did his post-graduation in Panchkarma from the renowned Rajiv Gandhi University, Bangalore. He is an expert in ancient Rasayan Chikitsa, which is a boon for treating various chronic diseases. And he has a vast experience of treating lifestyle diseases like stress, anxiety disorders, child obesity, musculoskeletal pain, and sports injury. Dr. Russell is also an expert in Panchkarma and has treated multiple cases of chronic and lifestyle disorders with personalized medicines, diet, and lifestyle recommendations. He has conducted multiple programs and workshops for Ayurvedic aspirants. And he also teaches Ayurveda to students and consults the patients across the country. So with that, I hand over to you, Dr. Neil, and really looking forward to today's session. So over to you.
Thank you, Ritu. And I welcome to all of you in this session of Ayurveda, and big namaskar to all of you as well as Indian culture. And we are like attached with Ayurveda, so we say we all know as Indian people like the namaste or namaskar, what kind of importance it is having just to bow in front of the elder people. And this session is especially for all of you, and I think most of the people are elder to me, so namaste to all of you here. And today's session especially, it was in my mind like what I can tell you so that it will give you more weightage in today's session. So I selected a topic of degenerative spinal problems. So I'm going to share some slides with you, and step by step I will go with that thing, and I am going to explain you about some home remedies. Always it's my favorable topic also, because most of the thing, if we can correct from our home, that is the best thing. So, and in Panchakarma, our teachers taught us as well. So 50% treatment is done if your diet and regime is as per the body constitution, as per the ritu, and as per the seasonal things. So for rest of the thing, we go always to the doctor if it is beyond our limitations or something. In case of progression of disease, we consult it to the doctor. So I'm going to start it with you now. See, is it I think visible to all of you?
Yeah, it's visible already, Dr. Neil, but now it is.
All right. So this is actually a very vast term when we say something about the spine, like degeneration of the spine, what it means particularly. So see, as there are three types of avasthas in Ayurveda. I will explain you in very simplest way so that we can all understand about the things. There are three stages of life in Ayurveda. We explain one is childhood, and then the mature one, the adult, and after adult, after 40 and all. So this is like a Vriddhavastha, it is considered as it. And this problem particularly can occur to any person. So today we are talking about the degeneration in like the age which is more than 40, 45, which is more common. So the relevance of this thing is we have to understand before that the stages of life. In childhood, in all of the children, the kapha, which is one of the bioenergies, is very high. And in adult people, the pitta is very high, which is considered as a metabolism of a person. And after 40, 45, in Vriddhavastha, what happens usually that our vata, that is a combination of air and space element, become very high in the body. So what happens, basically the nourishment is not proper, it doesn't reach to the targeted tissues. So as it is in contest with this particular disease, degeneration in the spine, so we can understand, like, because of the less of nutrition sometime, in some people diet, we can say, when we ask to many people, okay, they have the degeneration in their bones, but their diet is very rich. So then we try to find out the things, how it can happen in all the taste, in all the essential things, but their body is not absorbing these nutrients into the system. So that is connected with the digestion of the person. So disease can come in a person whose diet is not proper, like from food itself, and then there will be deficiency. Or else, if the diet is very rich in the all nutrients and other things, the essential part of the food, but if the patient's health, digestion is not doing very well, so then the absorption will not take place, then degenerative changes can occur in a person in old age, in young age, as well as in the children also. So that is also having a very important role here. Here in the picture, as we can see, the first one on the top here, normal disc, because this is about the spine, these are the vertebrae. So in between there is a cushioning here. So it should be in this way, the sequence is given just to get a rough idea about that. And there are different other conditions also. As we can see, the second condition, the degenerative disc. So this cushioning start to become decay here. In the third picture, the bulging. So you can see the protrusion here. And in herniation, we can see there is a mass which is blue in color. I will show you these individually. So these are particular conditions which can happen in any person. It may be a traumatic or it may be a part of degeneration thing. Sometimes there is a word, like we called it as a Kalaj Jara. Kalaj means it is as per the aging, or sometimes it can happen in earlier ages also. That is a traumatic injuries. Like you can see, like there is a adult scoliosis. There is a word scoliosis. It means what? As we can see in this picture, the straight spine, which is in the like first one, that is a healthy spine. There is a curvature, S-shaped curvature we call, if we see in a lateral position. So this is a straight spine. And in the second one, we can see there is a slight shifting of this curvature towards the left side in this picture. The second one is the lower back is affected, and in the fourth picture, we will see the entire thoracic area and the lumbar area is little bit tilted towards the left side. And in the last one, the entire spine is like out of the normalcy position. So that is a combined scoliosis, the condition. The herniated disc particularly, that can be understood if this cushioning, what I told you, in between two vertebrae start to come out, like in the picture it is, we can see there is a compression of these and the material in between, it become, it start to come out, it start to ooze out from the outside. The left side is the outside area of the back. So these are the condition. Here what happens sometimes, this is the third condition, because we listen usually there is a back pain, the general terminology, we have a cervical pain and all, but inside the body these things are happening, and unless we will not diagnose or we go for some checkups and all, we will not come to know, because killer is always not helpful. Sometimes we take a painkiller, it is not getting cured with that, then we stay at home for a long time. But this is an alarming situation if it continue for more than 1 week or 2 weeks like that. So in this situation particularly, we can say there is a compression in between two spinal cord, spine, I mean to say like vertebrae in the spine. And because of this compression, the nerve in between that start to become compressed. As we can see, the narrowing of this thing start, and then pain occurs very severely. It totally depends how much the compression, the pressure is there on the vertebra. So it totally depends. This is another condition, the similar. In this, the vertebrae become, that alignment become out of the normalcy. It can be anterior towards forward side or maybe backward side. So this is the situation in which we can say it is called the spondylolisthesis condition. So usually we can see like how these condition occurs. As one of the reason I told you, that is degeneration naturally as per the age. Sometimes people are having more weight, they are overweight. So because of that, the spine becomes a little bit compressed, that our vertebrae become compressed. So that is one of the reasons. In some cases, people who are experiencing with trauma to the spine, it means sometimes there is a small jerk while we are climbing stairs or uneven surfaces and all, and we get a small catch sometime, but we never know what is happening inside the entire spine thing. So these are the positive factor, and later on the situation becomes worse. So this is one of the positive factor. Professional drivers, so like those who are driving every day, like even the motorbike people also, those who are driving two-wheelers, even these people also, there is a like our spine work as a shock absorber. But every day when we are doing like this, hitting to each other, the spinal thing and all, and with that also some kind of herniation, disc herniation, or maybe protrusion of the sap start to come out at one area. So these are the common condition in drivers also, those who are driving every day for the job and going every day some kilometers. So that is also a common cause for that. In gymnastics, we know that they have to do many type of bending, forward, lateral, and jumping and all these things. So this is one of the things. And smoker. So what is the relevance of the smoking with this thing? So basically not directly, but in indirect way, what happens basically, because the smoke is like air, we can compare with the air, the smoke. So we are taking somewhere air into our system, and this particular disease is more common in those people, those who are having a prakriti, a body constitution, which is a combination of air and space, that is vata. So it will increase the vata in those, as well as in other people also. It increase the level of air and space in the system. When someone take puff, it is absorbed into the blood, it goes into the same way as food is moving from one part to another one. So that also is another causative factor for many diseases, not only about this, but in many cases. So these are the common symptoms, what people usually face, like the pain. If they continue to carry this pain with painkillers and all, later on in next level stage, we can say the stiffness start to come in that area. It can be like cervical area or lumbar, or maybe the thoracic area, the middle one particularly. In more advanced stage, people start to have tingling sensation, like the numbness also. So they feel numbness. Sometimes the pain is reaching from this area into their hands. Sometimes it is going down also from lower back to both of the limbs, lower leg. So these are the common things which usually people face. Weakness in the legs or foot drop. This is because of the weakness of the nerves particularly. So these are the common things which we can find in the degenerative changes in the spine. Like as I explained, the neck, it can happen in the neck and the lower back area. And it will totally depend on our lifestyle also. Like in spite thing, we are also continuously doing work in the same way as we were doing before, so the pain can aggravate with that thing. This is always said, once you have any kind of pain in any skeletal system, particularly for more than 1 week and in advancement 2 weeks and all, so this is an alarming situation. That means it's not normal one which can be eradicated or which can be subsided with some oral medication. You need to be more focused on that particular part. So we heard about the things like whether the pain is acute or subacute or the chronic. So we usually say if we continue to have this for 6 weeks, it is acute condition. So we can heal it in a very nicer way with medication, with our medication. If it is subacute form, then we need to give some medicine and some therapy at initial level. If it is chronic, then definitely medicine, food also, lifestyle including in that, and as well as some detoxification therapy. So this is the advancement of the particular disease. So how we can manage it ourselves at home, as well as what we are doing from our side in such cases, in Panchakarma specifically. So we always say that you must heard about this thing, like once we get some catch in the body, it may be in the ankle area, it may be some catch in the lower back and all. So we start to rub it with some oil or something like that. Okay, do something, rub some painkiller or some anti-inflammatory oil on that area, and every day we are doing it very with pressure and all. Most of the people, some are aware about that, so they avoid it. So what happened because of this thing? Sometimes the structure which is already injured in that particular area, so we start to do some hard massage or some oil and all at first level, so it can damage further the things, because after every injury in the body, it may be traumatic or it may be small injury in the body due to some trauma. So what happened? The accumulation of the fluid start in that particular area. If we give some oil or some other thing, it can increase the symptom. So this is the first thing we should avoid, to do a hard massage on that area if we get some catch and all these things. And rest is the best remedy. If we take rest at first level for few days, so then what happens? This muscle or the ligament where we get the injury, its normalcy. It means it will come back to the normal position. Naturally, body start to heal itself. But if it continue, like as we said, more than 6 weeks and all, then we can consult and can take the proper remedy or the treatment for that thing. So these are the few herbs what we are using in degenerative disc diseases. Like these are Sanskrit name and their Latin name also we have mentioned here for your understanding. So these medicines work as a anti-inflammatory, and some the herb work as a used for the nourishment purposes also. Some are cartilage generator also, like they generate the cartilage up to some extent, we can say. So Rasna, Guruchi, Gokshur, Ashwagandha, Arand is a castor plant, ginger, Guglu, Shatavari, Nirgundi, and Pippali, that is a pepper, a different type of pepper. So these are the some herbs which we are using to manage the degeneration in the body. And there are some remedies also, like at home we can make some decoction as well with the help of Guruchi is very famous. That is nothing but the Amrita also, some people call it in South India, Amrita, Amritvalli, and Guruchi is a common name. So we are using it more in during this COVID phase. So it's not only antipyretic, it's also work as a rasayana. Means it is a cartilage generator also. It helps to clean the system, clean the microchannels. So it is not directly used for the painkiller, but if the channel is blocked in certain area, it helps to just reduce the inflammation in that particular tissue. So that's why it is used. So we can use its fresh juice around 20 ml, and this is one remedy. See, whatever we say, we have to understand this thing. In between the session, I want to tell everyone, see, what as a home remedy, so that is in contest with certain cases only. Like government also issues so many things, like you take this thing for that thing, that particular events and all. So there are certain condition in that. For example, they explain here guruchi with 1 teaspoon of cow ghee. So we can take guruchi juice, fresh juice with ghee. We can give to that person those who are very lean in nature, just to understand it through my session. So those who are very lean or vata prakriti person, they can take it with the ghee. Otherwise, other people can take directly the fresh juice, like the moderate and little bit they have those who have a little bit more weight, so they can take without ghee also this thing. The second one is the another combination of guruchi, rasna, amlaki is the amla, what we are using, nirgundi in equal quantity, and then we can boil it like in the same way as we are preparing the chai, and take lukewarm decoction 30 ml again with 30 ml of ghee. So why we are explaining this ghee? Because with the help of some kind of lubricant thing, it can reach up to the target cell very easily actually. So that's why in Ayurveda we always say you take this medicine with warm water, you take this with cold water or with the milk or with some other decoction or teas like that. So there is a reason behind that. They work as a catalyst. So they are the carrier to that particular drug to get more efficacy. So that's why it is with the ghee here. There are another different combinations: ashwagandha, shatavari, yashti madhu, gokshur, pippali mool, chop chini. In all equal quantity, we can prepare a powder, and this powder can be taken like in 2 gram of dose in first combination. The second one is another remedy in which we take ashwagandha churna with milk, that is around half cup of milk, around 40-50 ml of milk, and ashwagandha churn we will take 5 grams. So that is a good nervine tonic and as well as a cartilage generator. Boil, so sometimes those who are not fit to take milk, so they can take this remedy with water also. Lukewarm water can be also used to take this ashwagandha powder. There are another combination with guruchi, gokshur, amlaki, that is amla, in equal quantity with milk and sugar. Sugar is something which is as per the taste, as well as the other sugar patient will not take definitely direct sugar. So this is a combination. They can take it with skimmed milk. There is another one which is a paste to apply locally on the affected area. So we say the garlic is a good, we can say it is used in many ways. So it is one of the anti-inflammatory property of the garlic, and as well as we can consume it inside also. So in both ways it can be taken, but here as we are telling about the paste, so garlic we can take 5 to 10 it's a small clove of the garlic, and then we can fry it in til tel, that is a some people call it as a gingerly oil or sesame oil. So in that we can just heat it, and then we can apply that garlic oil on the affected area at home. The another one is with the castor oil. Castor oil remedy will be used by those people, those who are having little bit inflammation in the affected areas, like those who are having literally swelling at that particular point. So they can take 5 to 10 ml castor oil with ginger decoction, that is a ginger tea, on empty stomach in the morning. So what it does basically, it will start to help to detox the system. With that, we assume that the inflammation will be reduced. It is not only for one time, but we say we can repeat it, like on alternative days, we can repeat it. There will be maybe a loose motion with that thing for 1 or 2 times, but nothing to worry about that. It is induced one. We are taking it intentionally, so nothing to worry about. Externally, so there are some remedies as well, in which we are using the Nirgundi leaves and Datura. Datura we all know. This is the same Datura. So Shigru is a Moringa leaves. So now this tree is available around us here also in North India. The Moringa tea, or some people know this as a Shigru. Some people know this tree as a drumstick tree. So these leaves are very having a very good anti-inflammatory effect. We have to mix these 3 things with rock salt, and we have to apply on the affected area. Apart from that, we can use directly the eucalyptus or wintergreen or camphor. We can mix together and can be applied at home. But it is always, I said, at initial level. For 1 or 2 weeks, if it is not helping, then definitely we have to consult with any physician. This is just for knowledge. Don't take these medicine directly. Some people prefer to use it, those who are using it for another kind of pain also. So these are the classical preparation in Ayurveda, what we are giving for pain in the body. Not only in this case, but for other kind of pain, we are giving. The list of the medicine is here. Mahayogaraj Gugulu, Triyodeshanga Gugulu, Sheerbala oil. So there are different use of these things. Some are for nourishment purpose also. Some are working as a anti-inflammatory for pain and numbness as well. These are the famous oil, the medicated oil, which is preparation, classical preparation, which is used rather than to use at like preparing at home. So directly we can take from market and then can be used for just to regenerate the bone from outside. So these are the some preventive aspect of the you can say the remedy directly. So we have to massage ourselves every day before shower every day, and then we have to take a warm water shower. So it will keep our bone and muscle mass very firm and healthy. And the second one is the course of Matra Vasti. So this is about the in ancient time people used to take it. So this enema is particularly with sesame oil, the base of the sesame oil 50 ml. If we take it for 8 days, there are sequence like 8 days, 14 days, maybe self-retaining enemas apparatus are available nowadays. So people can take 50 ml enema. So this is for joint health particularly, especially those who are having, in female most of the time, they have this complaint that the hair fall is very common, the nails are also chipped and not very healthy. So in those cases also that the Vasti or this kind of enema will help to generate the cartilage or the bones, and then that can lead to the health of the hair and nails also, because hair and nails are the waste product of bones. Yes, these are the non-living things. So these are the waste product of bone. So if our bones are healthy, our hair will be shiny naturally, I mean to say, as per the constitution of the person. So these will be healthy, nails will be shiny, not chipped, no lines on that, no spot on the nails. So this tells us about the health of the bone. This is the first indication. We can check our nails and the growth of hair and the texture, if it is changing from the natural one. The third one is a pedicel. That is a typical Panchakarma procedure in which we pour oil on the body with the help of our therapist. We pour literally some oil like the water on the person's body. This is also again for nourishing the tissues. And regular practice of yoga and pranayama exercise just to increase the prana level in the tissues will help also to maintain the cleanliness of the srotasa or the micro channel of the body. So this is also advisable. And modifying the lifestyle, it means what? In childhood we have to follow a certain lifestyle. When we was in between 20 to 40, 45, we have to follow a certain lifestyle. Later on, we have to change it as per the imbalances, as per the balances in the body. So just to create balances in the body, so we have to change it also. Change means after 45, vata level is very high in the body naturally. So we have to take those food items or our routines also. We have to follow in that way that the vata or the air and the space factor should not increase. So these are certain food which we have to follow if someone is having some changes in the spine, or not only in the spine, but there are some degenerative changes in other joints also. So these are the preferable food again, but this is just for an example. This is not a standard for all of you, I say, because sometimes we start to take and then sometimes the heaviness of the stomach will take place and all. So this vary person to person. We advise you properly, but in general, if a person is digestion is pretty healthy, then they can take it directly, like the black gram, horse gram, wheat, rice, mustard, ghee, milk, butter, and of course sour fruit, dry grapes, garlic, drumstick, and those who are non-vegetarian they can take also, but in soup form we prefer. So these are the few activities, like what kind of activities are helpful just to not to progress the disease particularly, or not to create any imbalance in the body concerned to the bones, we can say. So warm water always helps to pacify the vata level in the body, and oil massages are always preferable. And we can say we should not expose our body to cold air. Those who are having some pain in the body, so we have to avoid the direct exposure of the affected area in front of the AC air condition, or maybe direct exposure to the air in direct, I mean to say, if it is cold air, because that will increase the level. So with that, pain usually increase. These are the apatya, means which we have to avoid: potato, cucumber, cold drinks, ice cream, rajma, and dry meat. So these are few things we have to cut down from our list if we are taking. And activities are also like those who are having, as I told, the spinal problem. So they should not stretch their body unnecessarily. Sometimes what happens, we are getting little relief from any pathy or from any exercise or from after physiotherapy and all, but we start to work out very hard at that time, and then we become like a victim again with that particular disease in a progressive way. Because sometimes we feel, if I will stretch more, I will lift more weight, as your trainer is advising you, now you are fit, you can do this thing. It is more harmful always. Once our part is weak, that means weak. We should be very cautious most of the time. So that is most important thing. So whatever is happening in the body, in anatomical structure, if there is kind of a degeneration, then we should be very cautious always. Most of the people, when I ask them in my clinical practice, like the sitting posture, because they are sitting like they touch their back with the backside of the chair at upper level, and their lumbar region is just far away from the chair. Usually they are just like lying down on the chair. So this is not the correct posture. We have to touch our bottom part with the chair. We have to sit at back area of the chair, so that our spine will be always in a straight posture to maintain the curvature. No need to do any other thing. Just sit at last level of the chair, and then your spine will be very straight in a natural curve. This is again about the advices. So I always say we should not lift much weight. If someone is having backache problem or cervical problem as well, and their posture should be correct, they should not lie down on sofa with one hand like the Buddha position. So they should avoid to lay down in that position, because that curvature will change with that thing. As another precautions, we say the thin pillow we have to use. See, this is a simple thing, but if we will think in an analytical way, then we can understand. Every person is having different structure. So we always say thin pillow. Thin pillow means that always we have to see our back area. If it is having more mass, more fat in that area, we have to check at what level of pillow it comes in a supine level with our head position. So that much of pillow we have to use individually. Thin means according to that person. For a very lean person, they may need very, very flat a sheet or some other thing. But for those who are having a little more weight, just to avoid the cervical pain, so they have to use that much of pillow which can balance this area, the cervical and the head. There is a protrusion in the head like this. So that should be in a supine one. So that much height we have to use for pillow. And try to avoid constipation. See, there is a very much relation of the constipation with the nervine disease, with the degeneration disease, because if there will be more stool, or we say the mala, in the intestine for long time, it start to create toxicity within our body. That comes into blood, to the another tissue, and finally to the bone level. That also creates a kind of obstruction and nutritional in like ongoing procedure. Not at one time, but we should avoid to have it. Strengthen back and abdominal muscle that's supposed to the spine, like the exercise not on the ground but like in water, that is swimming, and very like politely walk, not like running. Those who are having already problem, this is for them particularly. And use good posture to relieve the pressure on your lower back. As I told, we have to touch always the back bottom part with the chair, and avoid sitting for long period at one place. So now with this I just finish this topic, and it's a question answer thing. So I would like to I would be happy to answer your queries if you have some. Ritu, are you there?
Yeah, Dr. Neil, just give me 1 second, please.
Ji.
You can take your presentation off if that works for you. So
Yeah, I'm doing.
Yeah, got it. Yeah, so ladies and gentlemen, any questions? I thought it was a very, very, nicely covered topic, because this is a problem that all of us seem to be having at some stage or the other. Even the youngsters have this problem of backache, etc., wherein we do not realize what the actual problem could be. We just know backache ho raha hai. What is the exact reason for it? What is the cause of it? We don't come to know. So very well explained, Dr. Neil. Honestly, very simplistically and in a very detailed manner, wherein I think a lot of clarification would have come in, because कई बार medical terms बहुत ज़्यादा समझ में नहीं आते हैं. So ladies and gentlemen, anybody who wants to ask a question, Dr. Neil is here.
Hello.
Yes, Mr. KP.
Yes. First of all, I do not agree with your statement. Is 40 and 45 is Vriddhavastha. 45, by what standard 40 and 45 is Vriddhavastha?
No, see, what happened, this is a general statement. Like we say, I will tell you. As per the, you are much aware about that thing. That's why you asked this question. I'm happy. So you see what happened in Kali Yuga, particularly in this era, like we can say the age of the people has reduced now. Like that's why, because of that, in that context, I explained that thing. But like in Satyuga, Treta Yuga and Dwapar Yuga, the age of the person was around 500, then become 4, then 200, and now 100, and then less. 100 was the standard in this era, but now it's decreasing. So, so in that context, so, but not, I should say, sorry, not to, if someone heard with that thing, but the degeneration start in very early age. Actually, nowadays, what is happening because of, you can see in your home or maybe first, people are not taking that particular nutrients from the food what we used to have it 15 years back. So what we used to have like in our diet, in our plate all together, now people are more relying on Zomato and Swiggy things. So like people are, you know, that I mean to say they are taking from outside very easily breakfast, okay, I can call it from other places. So like that, so they are not having much nutrition in it. That's why the degeneration problems are more common.
I am not satisfied with your answer. Okay, please carry on.
Hello, Dr. Neil.
Ji.
I am 79. I am Sohan Gupta.
Ji.
Actually, I am absolutely normal in my life. But when I walk on the road, my walking has gone slow. And sometimes I stumble because of undulations in the road. It is only for the last 2 years. Is it concerned with the spine also?
Not exactly, but there are many things which is involved in that thing. And majorly, we can say the nerves are involved in that thing. And we can see the center of the nerves, all nerves are the brain particularly.
Okay.
So these all commands in our body is received from the brain. So once what happened, as I explained in between, after a certain age, our nervous system or the Vata level in context with Ayurveda, I am trying to explain that air and space element naturally start to increase in the body. So with that thing, the degeneration starts not only in bony tissues particularly, but also the nerves become weaker, and then the impulses, the conduction from one end to another one becomes slower sometime. So this seems me, as you explained me. So this is because of the brain particularly. So we recommend usually, I don't know much history, but if you are not having any problem concerned to the BP and the sugar and other things, the cholesterol thing.
I just have problem with my BP, which is normal now. It's 158 maximum on the higher level and 88 on the low level.
Gee, that is okay, but you can take, this is my recommendation at home, just 1 teaspoon if your cholesterol and LFT, liver function test, are normal. So you can start to take ghee, the good quality of cow ghee, 1 teaspoon, empty stomach in the morning or at night.
Or in the evening?
Or at bedtime.
Okay.
This is the simplest thing. It will look like very simple. I eat ghee in the dal and other sabji. So that is a food. This is as a medicine I am telling you.
Right. So ghee means pure ghee, just without any sugar, salt or anything?
Yes.
Direct?
Pure ghee.
Okay. Thank you so much. Otherwise, my life is very normal. I am a professor in architecture college. Now nice. I am a visiting professor at the moment, though very retired in 2018 only. So, but I am having a very good life. I am very thankful to the God and the people like you. Keep me inspiring all the time. So nice of you.
By God grace. And just one more thing I want to add, just apply some, any kind of oil which is available at your home. We prefer sesame oil on your scalp also as well.
Okay.
Because nowadays we forget to apply oil.
Oh yes,
right. This, most of the people are not following.
Sarson ka tel is okay?
Sarson ka tel, yes, that is also fine.
Okay, thank you so much. Thank you.
Doctor, I wanted to ask you one thing. Can you take combination of the medicines, that is allopathic plus Ayurvedic, both together? No, generally what happens is when you have a pain, first you try to rush to the allopathy doctor so that you are able to get your treatment faster, because Ayurvedic treatment probably may take some time extra. So I just wanted to inquire from you, if we take both the medicines together or the treatment together, should it have any side effects anyway?
Okay. See, I want to clear one thing here. Like Ayurvedic treatment is working just to correct the system, basically. So at initial level, we can take some allopathic medicine to manage the pain, the intensity of the pain. Once we know that what is the causative factor for that particular problem, then we start to work on that thing. So just in a simplest way, I will not take much time here because I have to answer many other questions also, I hope. So see, there are two types of disease. One is because of excess of something. There is another scenario when there is a deficiency. So the disease is one, but the causative factors are different. So most of the Ayurvedic medicines, once we give in such condition of pain and all, we have to see whether it is a degenerative, or we can say it is a santarpan, means it is like a over, we can say something is over in that particular tissue, like because of the intake of something. So we can take both the medicine, but again I will say, just to give relief to the patient, at initial level we can take allopathic, and then just to correct the things we can take the Ayurveda also as well. So initial level together, later we can continue with that.
Thank you very much, Doctor.
Ji.
Any more questions? डॉक्टर नींद आपने बहुत अच्छे से समझाया कि हमारे पास ज्यादा क्वेश्चंस ही नहीं है.
I have a question.
हाँ जी, मिस्टर बंसल.
Doctor, can you tell something about Jiva in general?
Okay, so this is a good question. I should say, see, Jiva is a organization जिसका आधार ही है कि हम लोग जो ट्रीटमेंट का हमारा जो उद्देश्य है वो है दो टाइप का उद्देश्य. एक तो ये है कि हम जीव की रक्षा कैसे करें. जीवा का मतलब है जीव का मतलब है आत्मा बेसिकली. So we can say कि हम इसका रक्षण कैसे करें, how to protect it. So in two ways we can protect. या तो हम we can start to spread the knowledge just to prevent the thing, जो कि हम कर रहे हैं. Ayurveda to every home, डॉक्टर साहब भी यही बोलते हैं, डॉक्टर प्रताप चौहान का स्लोगन भी यही है और जीवा की थीम भी यही है. वो इसीलिए कि जो लोग प्रिवेंशन की फेज में, they can come at earlier stage to us, so we can tell them that your body is made up of with these particular constitution, and then you can take these things more and less in your life. So ये उसको बताता है कि आप healthy रहेंगे, you will not fall sick very easily until unless there is a agantush disease or some traumatic or some other thing. The second one is the curative part. If someone is not following our statement, the first line, you have to follow these things, so then they start to fall sick most of the time, and then our aim is just to cure them. Again, we say the same thing: protect your health by following certain rule of Ayurveda and all, through medicine, through diet, and later through Panchakarma if it is required. तो ये इसकी एक समरी है.
तो इसमें आपके सेंटर में क्या फैसिलिटीज है?
ये देखिए, ये दोनों ही चीज मेरा यहाँ पर जहाँ पे मैं हूँ, यहाँ पंचकर्मा हम लोग करते हैं, और
फरीदाबाद में है ये? जी,
फरीदाबाद में है. और पंचकर्मा का मतलब ही है ये 5 कर्म की सहायता से हम लोग शरीर का शोधन नंबर 1 और शरीर को नरिशमेंट देने की प्रक्रियाएं करते हैं सारी. तो वो पर्सन टू पर्सन, अगेन मैं कहूँगा कि जिस सिस्टम को, जैसे हमारे बहुत सारे सिस्टम हैं, कार्डियोवेस्कुलर है, मस्कुलोस्केलेटल है और नर्वस सिस्टम है. अलग में क्या होता है कि कहीं ना कहीं हर एक व्यक्ति को अलग अलग टाइप की समस्याएं हैं. तो किस सिस्टम के लिए हमें हेल्थ प्रिवेंशन में जाना है, कौन सा पंचकर्मा प्लान करें, नरिशमेंट का देना है कि क्लिनजिंग का देना है, तो हम यहाँ पे ये सब करते हैं. तो देयर इज ए लॉन्ग लिस्ट ऑफ द ट्रीटमेंट्स, पर्टिकुलरली लाइक मोर देन 50-60 ट्रीटमेंट वी आर गिविंग हियर. तो उसमें से हम चूज करके बेस ये बना के उनको ट्रीटमेंट देते हैं.
So if you are interested, how to get in touch with you?
तो आप ये ऋतु जी के थ्रू ही मेरे ख्याल से नंबर आपको ये प्रोवाइड करा देंगे और सारी डिटेल्स हमारी जो यहाँ की हैं, और फिर उसके बाद जो हमारे एफओ से हैं जो भी है वो कनेक्ट कर देंगे डायरेक्टली।
You can just let us know, Mr. Bansal.
Okay, thank you.
हेलो डॉक्टर नील
जी
मैं पूछ सकती हूँ आपसे कुछ अपना होम रेमेडी के बारे में?
जी बिल्कुल।
एक्चुअली जैसे हम लोग को थायराइड है, तो थायराइड की मेडिसिन तो हम खाते हैं और बैकएक तो बहुत काफ़ी टाइम से है हमारा
जी।
तो मेरा तो खैर बिफोर मैरिज मेरा डिस्क में गैप है, बट अभी काफ़ी बेटर है, मतलब पेन में काफ़ी बेटर है। और जैसे आजकल वर्क फ्रॉम होम चल रहा है, तो बच्चों का वर्क फ्रॉम होम चल रहा है, तो सिस्टम सारा बिगड़ जाता है कॉन्टिन्यूसली बैठने का लॉन्ग टाइम के लिए, और हमेशा से एक्सक्यूज दे देते हैं वी डोंट हैव टाइम टू टेक एक्सरसाइज, और काफी टाइम से चल रहा है वर्क फ्रॉम होम, तो दे आर आल्सो हैविंग बैक पेन। तो आप कुछ होम रेमेडी ऐसी बता सकते हैं जिससे कुछ वेट रिडक्शन में थोड़ा बहुत, क्योंकि ड्यू टू थायराइड और ड्यू टू वर्क फ्रॉम होम सिटिंग लॉन्ग टाइम तो बैक वेट भी गेन हो जाता है और बैक एक भी स्टार्ट हो जाता है।
देखिए ये मैं अपने हर कंसल्टेशन में हर व्यक्ति को बताता हूँ जिसका थोड़ा सा वेट ज़्यादा है, और ये इसमें कुछ खाने पीने जैसा नहीं है। मैं आपको बताता हूँ कि खाना हम लोग बोलते हैं कि आप लघु आहार करिए, लघु मतलब लाइट मील्स। तो लाइट मील्स वो ऐसा भी हो सकता है कि एक खीर हमने खाई बनाई घर में और वो छोटी सी कटोरी में हमने ले ली, तो दैट बिकम लघु आहार। अगर हमने पोहा लिया जो कि लाइट कहलाता है और हमने एक बड़े बॉल में भर के खाया तो वो कहलाएगा हैवी मील, जबकि पोहा और इडली बहुत लाइट मील है, बट उसकी क्वांटिटी पे निर्भर करता है। तो आप कोई भी चीज़ खाएं वो मन को सेटिस्फाई करने के लिए खा लें कि इतनी मात्रा में मुझे लेना है। तो ये फर्स्ट रूल है। आप जो भी आपके सुटेबल है बॉडी के टाइप से, अभी तो मैं ये कहूँगा उसको बहुत कम मात्रा में।
चपाती का जो डाइट है वही खाते हैं, मतलब दो चपाती दिन में और 2 चपाती या रात को 1 चपाती, यही नॉर्मल है।
हाँ तो ठीक है। इसके अलावा एक्चुअली क्या इन सब चीज़ों से उतना नहीं, उतना और सब चीज़ों से वेट बढ़ता है, और अलग अलग लोगों में अलग अलग हम कहते हैं कि मेटाबॉलिक डिसऑर्डर है। जैसे आपका ये जो थायराइड का भी है, ये भी मेटाबॉलिज्म की समस्या की वजह से हो गया है। बट इन शॉर्ट अगर मैं आपको बताऊं तो आप लघु डाइट लीजिए, जैसा आपने बताया 2 चपाती सुबह दोपहर को और रात को लेते हैं, और ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा फाइबरस चीज़ें आप लेंगे, सब्जी हो गई है ना, दालें हो गई दिन के टाइम में, और फ्रूट्स 11 बजे के आसपास आप ले लें। तो वैसी डाइट में रखें। लेकिन एक इम्पॉर्टेंट एक्सरसाइज बता देता हूँ, थोड़ा सा खड़ा होकर मैं बता देता हूँ क्योंकि ये दिखाने जैसा है। तो इसमें क्या करना है, ये देखिए, ये हम सब लोगों को मालूम है लेकिन हम लोग इसको फॉलो नहीं करते। इसमें क्या है कि जो हमारी बैली है ना, तो इसमें सर्कुलेशन कम हो जाता है, इसी के लिए एक्यूमुलेशन ऑफ फैट इज मोर इन दैट पर्टिकुलर एरिया, जो हमारा ये एरिया है, कोर जो है। तो हमें करना क्या है, जब भी हम बैठे होते हैं किसी भी कुर्सी पे या कहीं भी घर में एक अच्छे आसन पे, स्टिफ पे, तो हमें करना क्या है कि हमें ये कपाल भाती की तरह लगता है, बट ये कपाल भाती नहीं है, मैं पहले बता रहा हूँ क्योंकि वो कुछ लोगों को दे सकते हैं। तो इसमें करना क्या है, दिस इज फॉर एन जस्ट टू गिव यू डेमो। तो जब भी हम सांस की गति को अगर कंट्रोल कर पाएं, कैसे, वो भी रिदमिक वे में, जैसे कि हम हवा अपने अंदर भरते हैं, वी आर फिलिंग एयर इनटू आवर बॉडी, तो पेट फूलता है ऐसे। जब हम स्क्वीज करते हैं तो ये यू कैन फील इट हियर, ये अंदर जाना चाहिए। तो ये हमें बैठ के, ये जिम वाली एक्सरसाइज के बिल्कुल विपरीत है, अपोजिट है। हाँ, तो जब भी आप एयर भरते हैं तो पेट फूले, जब भी आप स्क्वीज करें, हवा निकालें, डायफ्राम पे प्रेशर बना के, तो बाहर जाए। तो अगर आपने ये 20-20 के सेट दिन में 3-3 बना के और दिन में 2-3 बार कर लिए जब खाना नहीं खाया हो, तो आप देखेंगे कि 1 महीने में 1 इंच तक आपका वेट कम होने लगेगा बिना किसी दवाई के। वो इसीलिए कि आपकी कोर मसल्स में ब्लड सर्कुलेशन बढ़ेगी, और जब कोर मसल में ब्लड सर्कुलेशन बढ़ती है तो फैट डिसॉल्व होना शुरू हो जाता है। जिस अंग का प्रयोग आप ज़्यादा करते हैं वहाँ पे फैट रुकने का नाम ही नहीं है। जैसे हाथ पैर हैं, फैट कम रुकती है। जो लोग वॉक करते हैं कई माइल्स तक, उनके काफ एंड थाइज मसल तो स्ट्रांग रहेंगे, बट पेट तब भी होगा। तो उसका मतलब यही है, जब तक कि आप अपने पर्टिकुलर एरिया को बहुत ज़्यादा उसमें सर्कुलेशन नहीं कराएंगे, तब तक वो जो है काम नहीं करता। तो यू कैन स्टार्ट दिस।
थैंक यू।
So right, thank you so much, Dr. Neil. And I think जो अभी आपने टिप दी है, much wanted by everyone, because सबसे ज़्यादा जो स्टमक पे वेट आता है, that is the most difficult to control. बाकी सब तो मोस्ट ऑफ अस एंड अप वॉकिंग एंड सबका एक रेगुलर स्केड्यूल होता है कि सुबह वॉक करी, शाम को करी। तो आई थिंक ये बहुत ही आपने इम्पोर्टेंट पॉइंट बताया कि सिर्फ वॉक करने से नहीं होता। हम लोग बहुत वॉक करते फिर कहते हैं हमारा वेट नहीं कम हो रहा, अरे मेरा तो पेट बढ़ता ही जा रहा है, एंड विच इज़ अ वेरी वेरी कॉमन प्रॉब्लम एज सच। एंड जैसे संध्या जी ने कहा कि आजकल येस इट इज़ अ कॉमन प्रॉब्लम विद एवरीवन दैट वर्क फ्रॉम होम है, वी आर वर्किंग एक्स्ट्रा आवर्स एंड देयर इज नो मूवमेंट। तो ये जो बैक एक की प्रॉब्लम है, शोल्डर्स की प्रॉब्लम है, एंड sitting too much on the laptop etc. is causing a lot of problems as such, because we're eating as is our normal diet, but yet not working out. So some small things that we can do to keep our weight under control and keep ourselves healthy.
Ritu ji, I've missed the part of stomach exercise. Can it be repeated, please?
Dr. Hassan.
I know it's difficult.
So,
okay.
हाँ जी,
मैं ये शॉर्ट में आपको बताता हूँ। देखिए, जो ये मैंने सिटिंग बैठे हुए या खड़े हुए हैं हम कभी भी, तो मैंने एक एक्सरसाइज बताई थी पेट को कम करने के लिए, जो कि मेरा खुद का पर्सनल आजमाया हुआ है। और मैं क्योंकि सारे दिन बैठा रहता हूँ चेयर पे मोस्ट ऑफ द टाइम व्हाइल डूइंग कंसल्टेशन, तो इसमें क्या करना क्या है कि जब भी आप एयर फिल करते हैं, नॉर्मल ब्रीथ लेनी है, कपालभाति नहीं करना। तो आपने जब जैसे ही एयर ली तो आपका एयर चेस्ट में जाएगा, फिर यहाँ के थ्रू पेट के ऑर्गन्स भी थोड़े से बाहर की तरफ आने लगते हैं, जैसे बाहर की तरफ ये, और फिर इसको स्क्वीज करना है।
ओके।
बहुत स्लोली, रिदमिक, दिस इज ए रिदमिक एक्सरसाइज, नॉट वेरी फास्ट, क्योंकि बहुत सारे हमारे जो है हाइपरटेंशन और ये सब भी रहती है लोगों को, तो उनके लिए कई बार ये दिक्कत हो जाती है, बट इससे नहीं होगी। तो इसमें क्या करना है, इसको 20-20 के सेट्स बनाने हैं, जबकि पेट में खाना नहीं हुए, जैसे कि सुबह का टाइम है या फिर शाम का है, 4-5 घंटे बाद का खाने के बाद। तो इस टाइप से आपको मूवमेंट कराना है कोर मसल्स का, तो दैट विल बी मोर बेनिफिशियल। जी,
थैंक यू सो मच डॉक्टर, थैंक यू सो मच।
वेलकम।
रेनी सीजन में होता है पंचकर्मा?
जी, एक्चुअली क्या है कि पंचकर्मा अलग अलग सीजन में अलग अलग टाइप्स हैं इसको कराने के लिए, कि कौन सा दोष किस सीजन में बढ़ता है, उसके हिसाब से ये दोषानुसार पंचकर्मा करते हैं। तो रेनी सीजन में भी पंचकर्मा होता है। स्पेसिफिकली हम लोग अब वस्तियां ज्यादा प्रदान करते हैं, मतलब एनिमास, डिफरेंट कॉम्बिनेशंस ऑफ एनिमा वी डू।
ओके, थैंक यू।
Thank you so much, everyone. That was the last question that we took. And Dr. Neil, thank you so much for enlightening us with such important topic about the backbone and also other Ayurveda things that you talked about. And I think your thoughts actually resonated with us, that anything can be food, medicine or poison depending on who's eating and what is being eaten and how much is being eaten. I think that plays a very, very important role in our lives. So very aptly mentioned by you that the utility of Ayurveda is to maintain the health of a healthy individual and also heal the diseases of the sick. So both things are covered here in Ayurveda. And चाहे हम कितनी भी एलोपैथी वगैरह करते हैं, अगर हम जड़ से कई बार हटाना चाहते हैं, ये बहुत ही एंशिएंट साइंस है, which is really really very very helpful. So thank you so much once again for sharing all this with us. And like he mentioned, there are a lot of courses which are there for the people who want to utilize this. So you can go as an OPD kind of treatment भी होता है, but अगर पूरा अंदर से हम सब कुछ निकालना चाहें, so depending on what you have, they have courses which are for a week or 15 days or a month, depending on what problems you have. They do diagnose it and then try and cure you, from where it has really started as such. So anybody who's interested, like there were 2-3 people, please do let us know. And since we've partnered with Jiva Ayurveda, definitely we would love to help you in terms of coordinating and making sure that you get the right treatment. So thank you so much everyone. Thank you so much Dr. Neil once again. And I'm sure we will have more such sessions from you where we will be talking about various different things which are going to affect our health, and we become more and more healthy using Ayurveda as such. So thank you once again. Thank you so much everyone. And now I will see you all at 5 p.m. for our Elder Hour program and our Elders First Festival. So till then, be healthy and eat healthy. and follow everything that Dr. Neil has just mentioned.
Thank you.
Thank you, Rita. Thank you, everyone,
Thank you,
for listening.
Thank you.